about managing our symptoms. I think I might do. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Sure, I want an L car or B car. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It seems possible. Yeah, it's 3.8 pounds. Damn. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about managing our symptoms. Um, well, the only thing you could do at this point in time, I mean, right now I'm pretty solid. Feel a little once it's back inside of my head, it's gonna be a whole different story. I'm gonna still be a little twitchy and fucked up, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. The mind's kind of the most valued attribute within this, and it's like if you have this happen before everything, enters your head again, you're kind of okay. So you have a good idea of what's going on inside your brain. But like as far as managing symptoms, you could change the channel, different scenario sometimes, something to switch it up. But other than that, you're just kind of fucking stuck, screwed up the whole fucking time, and there's really nothing you can do about it. It's really good though. Huh? Yeah, dumpster. Yeah, dumpster. Banging dumpster. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, had a little bit of fun with it though. It's running pretty right, man. Like you got like little gangster flow on record. You got some cool stuff going on. So just fuck around, find out, and just get it done, man. Like don't be afraid of who you are and what you are anymore. It's again senseless is great, but then when you have those calculations behind the senselessness, it could be a human weapon at some point or another, man. Like people have a lot of potential in this world when they're going fucking crazy. I'm telling you, man, it's some real stuff. Gotta warm my ass up real quick, and I think I'm gonna grow a cushion, or I'm just gonna oatmeal it. It's kind of like homeward boning it. Just resting a bonfire, so I just not worried about it. AN-94, dude. You know what? The AN-94 is one of my favorite fucking weapons, and I hardly even use it. The AEK 971 was actually good. Ah, M416, Battlefield 3 with O is a good one. Loved it. A91. The Battlefield 3 weapons were so good. Was it? Wait, what? Was it M16A3 or M416? It kind of 416. That's a NATO round. This one is. Ah, all right. So the rounds are different. Okay, makes sense. I do the AC9, or you actually switch to an AR. You don't have to use that, do you? Yeah, you switch it up. Usually don't, but I've used literally all. Alright, yeah, this is actually a good one. This wasn't actually as good, but yeah. But yeah, it's just managing symptoms and stuff. Yeah, we're sometimes people manage their symptoms upon divorce. I mean, that's usually the easiest way out. Um, sometimes they aren't even in a relationship and they're too fucked up to get into one. So it just, it depends on what you're looking for in life and how you want to view it. And you got to kind of think your way through it, usually. But when it gets to the point where, well, you're pretty much learning about cocaine on the fly and you aren't really doing it, but you're beyond the legal range of where you should be as far as your sanity is. It turns into it turns into a little bit of a problem with maybe the FBI. You're kind of questioning things right now. It's just unfortunately I wasn't trying to be this fucked up, but everyone kind of looked at me and was like, "Here you go ahead, have fun." I'm like, well, what the fuck? What the fuck am I supposed to do about this shit? Like, it's only so much I could do, and trying, it's kind of working. The spicy stuff actually works. Like again, when you're jerking off and doing this and doing that, when you're trying to work this shit out of your body in order to like maintain a somewhat decent equilibrium and kind of like contain and control out of the outbursts and stuff. Um, well, it's just a full blown I can't stop talking to myself thing though. That was kind of the issue, but we're gonna pretend that never happened. Um, yeah, you're pretty much looking for uh yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I got arrested for. So what if I just well that's gonna fuck me over too if I actually did some stupid shit like that. Yeah, no, you gotta be careful on what you're doing. Like the FBI is a very serious play, it's a serious thing that they don't fuck around like this. I have a little bit of, I mean, I don't have FBI experience per se. It's not really like that way. It's just, you still got to understand. I mean, obviously, people are doing this is again, we're diving into like a more, we're kind of, we're taking the plane right now, like the psychological shit show that I've been displaying the whole time. And we're trying to land this thing really smoothly into a cocaine conspiracy right now because this is, everybody, it's just a little bit easier to accept, I guess, because all right, so now we have a little. I don't have much FBI experience, but um, I have enough in order to understand what's going on. Go popping. Son of a bitch. uh, yeah, so as I was saying, we're really just trying to land the psychological shit show onto some finer and some of the more welcoming energy with your host here, and not, hey, I fucking hate people and everyone's a piece of shit right now kind of thing going on. We're trying to like get past that. We're trying to get over the fact that everyone's a shitty, control freak that tries to get at your testicles and your homemade, your homegrown ding ding, where I'm trying to relax. All right, I'm gonna tell you, I think the cops are coming, but not for me, or not over me, but because of me. Yeah, but then that doesn't make any sense either. I mean, they have like people that are trying to like promote within, police. So they got to sit there and watch countless hours of porn that I've already watched in order to figure out what the hell's going on. And there is like a little FBI notice right before you actually, watch Naughty America and shit. So it kind of does play into the idea that there's something going on in there that you need to see. But I'm not gonna sit here jammed up like a motherfucker the whole time just so my dick stays down, man. I'm gonna fucking, get into some kind of conspiracy. I'm gonna think some nasty ass shit and crank this shit out, man. Like I'm not gonna fucking sit here and take this seriously, right? Like fuck it. By the time you take it seriously and you start looking at it the right way, then you have to remember what you were thinking. You got to remember how you felt. You got to remember your state of mind. You got to remember a lot of stuff. And then if you don't remember it, you know, you might be in a good position too, but you need to know when you don't remember what you're looking at. It helps you out in certain areas because these things there's some divine truth to this, and you got to kind of know your body inside and out like that. Otherwise, these notes, and again, when you're reporting these things and incidents, you need to have, how am I feeling today? How do I smell today? What have I smelled today? What's going on? Why is it going on? What perfume was she wearing? Am I wearing cologne? Am I wearing deodorant? You know, a lot of things that keep you on the ball. Make sure you know where everything's at, know what your body's doing. Then you run right into the right person, right? You run right into the good direction. It's not a doctor, it's not a psychiatrist, it's you. You start looking at the right way. You start looking at these weapons. You start looking at the meaning. You start looking at life. You start looking at your doorknob. We're call, yeah, I don't have a doorknob, but you may have a doorknob. I have a door handle. So I'm probably telling you you have a doorknob. California psychics might prove I'm right. You might have a light switch. You might not have a light switch. The light switch is usually the biggest FBI conundrum I've come up with in the past. Okay, like it has so much more meaning to me than anything I've ever fucking seen in my life. I'm telling you, the light switch is the biggest. I mean, even it's a huge, it has like the hugest build around it within CIA conundrums, man. It's almost like an Area 51 because of how serious that light switch is. That was huge. Something happened to me when I was really, really young, and that was like one of the biggest fucking things that made me who I am today. And I think I was around 3 2 or 3 years old. I can't quite recall. All right. I was around 2 or 3 years old, or four, maybe four. I don't know. Maybe somewhere 2, 3, or 4. Just we're gonna kind of, you know, possibly four, probably four. We're gonna go for four. So I'm staring at this light switch when I was a kid, right? And suddenly I'm looking at it, and I don't even know what the fuck it's called or what I'm looking at. And that's when I knew, okay? That's when I knew this was going to be this big. This is how fucking in depth I'd be. You know, this is like the stuff and the studies of the mind. It took a minute, but then I started, regaining my understanding of it, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? How the fuck did that happen? You know, as a kid, and if you experience things like that, that's what the problem is. It's like, how does that? What the hell just happened to me to make that happen? And then you start working with your mind, your body, then they give you disabilities and that and this and that, and just throw all this shit on top of you before, just to kind of cover up what you're like. I'm just kidding. I mean, sort of. But then I'm so back at the, why does that light switch do that? How the hell did that happen? I was looking directly at it. This is what happened, and that's it. How do I know this light switch is like that? Why the fuck is the paint like, what the fuck was it? Somebody took the damn thing off the wall. And I don't know why. Maybe they're looking for something. I don't know what's going on here, but I wasn't looking for anything. I'm just going fucking nuts in my room. This had nothing to do with the price of rice in China. This had to do with, you know. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. There's a lot of weird shit going on. You know, I did get fired and come home and I see shit like this and I'm wondering what the fuck is going on here and I'm already losing my mind. So I can't, I'm trying to like work 50 plus hours a week, learn about my body and mind, try to help myself out. Going absolutely fucking like I am full blown psychotic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then I have to come home and see this shit and it's driving me fucking nuts. Like, what in the fuck were these people thinking? Like, honest to motherfucking Christ, it what happened could not be any worse than it actually was. Okay, it could not get any worse because if it did, I would have died or had an aneurysm. Like I was coming very close to dying. And then everything on top of it. Like, and then this. Why? Just relax. I have respect for people. I just don't understand the idea of respect when when everything, I don't know, it's kind of like respect. I don't know. It's one of those things that kind of gets in the way. Like I never really say I respect this or I respect that. It's like a false sense of communication, which kind of has this underhanded tactic like trust, where you either know or you don't, and this is what you got going on, you know. And then if you don't know, you shouldn't trust it. That's usually it. But you have respect, and you're trying to figure out what the hell that is. And then, I mean, within a condition, terms, whenever I use it, it's like, I don't know. I just don't think I'm using it the right way because I don't have, you got to it's kind of like a belief. And I don't really have a belief right now. So, and it's like, respect is kind of like a belief because it's predetermined understanding that leads you into saying, hey, I respect that guy. And, or leads you into believing something. And then you're just kind of looking at the problem, and it's like respect and belief are just not part of my vocabulary. But determining factors in where I think it means something that it doesn't. When you try to like respect somebody or respect women or respect it, it's just kind of like I was gonna say I didn't really have much respect for women based on the predetermined factors of what kind of mind control bullshit they're pulling. So I'm just kind of looking at it like I don't respect that. That's right. And then, but in terms and conditions I use it in, I'm applying it within an aggressive sense. So I'm trying to figure out, am I saying this right? Is that what respect it truly is? This what it's about? Because you have the belief, and then you have respect, which kind of plays off of the same understanding what belief is, but it's something that's led into it. And that's usually the problem with respect. And you're trying to understand it yourself too. So it doesn't mean, you respect anything. You just understand it as you need to in order to do this. Understand this as you need to in order to do that. You know what I'm talking about? Like you kind of like there's not really much playroom around what's this or what's that. And it seems like respect is more of a one of those words that everybody uses, but they don't understand how to gauge their development or kind of like leads other people into believing they're open books when it comes down to it. It's like, well, I respect this or I believe that. Those are those are like the worst words in the dictionary when it comes down to like the way I view people. I'm like a bear. I'm picking you apart. I'm trying to figure out if you're fucked up enough to hunt, man. Like it's kind of getting to the point here. And that's why I don't like people doing that to me because I know what it's like. So that's why I don't respect people because of the way they're being. And I take it in the form of a predatory sense and I feel threatened by it. So I'm just kind of sitting here like, bro, I know I'm popping. I know what's wrong with me. You're like, what, 6 or 7 months past the point where it actually mattered? So now I'm like kind of breaking down the vocab, man. I'm like, I don't like respect. I don't like belief. I don't like, what's another one? Trust. I hate trust. I hate that. I fucking hate it. It's just as bad as believing. Then you have things that are understood. Then you understand what things within nature, and then you have to understand things within the predatory sense. But then you have to have that common nature in human development in order to actually bond with an individual for the rest of your life, right? And these key factors are kind of like hurting my progression towards something that would, I mean, hurt my progression towards something that could be of potential value within my life. And I could, you know, spend time with and grow with and try to, I don't know, like have these progressive factors and not just leave it as, oh, let's just fuck and then this is a relationship. It's fucking, you know. A little bit more to it. I want to be a little bit more complicated, a little bit more engaged in my understanding of, you know, what a woman is. That's usually it. And it's like, have you ever liked somebody so much you want to like be merged inside of their body, like you in like some weird, you know, weird kind of abstract way because of how fucking into the, you know, just you know when you kind of get that thing going on and you define that as love. Yeah, it does happen every once in a while to everybody, but you got to kind of see it. And then your conversations matter, and the time you spend with them matters. You know, it starts getting to the point where things matter. Here's the hard part to accept. I lost that capability a long time ago. Kept running into the fucking, you know, shithole that, you know, and just, there's a lot of bullshit going on, man. Like, there's really nothing going on. And then a lot of people say there's nothing going on, and then just off of the fucking bat, like, oh, this guy felt that, and this guy felt this. You got these red flags just beaming all over the place. It's like a fucking Christmas tree, you know. Depending on how many people these bitches fuck, it turns into like a Christmas tree here, and you're seeing the lights flashes on and off, and they're all like, oh, well, you know, well, what the fuck? Oh, it was just that, and then they're all like mad, and it's like assuming they had a handle on themselves, and that's not always going to be the case. It depends on how you know, again, and this is what the people are like, and they're just like, well, we're just gonna fuck and nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but you got like this is where you know these women that are in their fucking 20s, 30s, 40s, and hell, maybe even 50s. You start growing the fuck up. That's our seeing the fucking problem here. You know, it's not just like we're sitting here in school and chit chatting and going to parties and getting fucked up and you know, things are meaningless now. It's like we're packed with enough shit in order to try to come to our senses and actually come to this point where things mean something. That's what the problem really is. And it's just like every single time, it's just not getting to that point. And it's just you don't see it. When people value their time, they avoid things that tend to take away from it and screw things up and mess up their life and decide, yeah, right. Like they understand these predetermined outcomes or you know that you kind of get to the point you see the purpose here like excuse me, that's where the thought really matters. You know, this is what you're looking at. It's big, it's huge. How you doing? All right, let's hop into the a game real quick and just you know bust some fucking balls here. I haven't used this gun a lot, but But yeah, you start seeing this, and it's like, well, maybe I'm maybe I'm all right. Maybe I was all right this whole time. It was just I was afraid of the nonsense and making the wrong decision and thinking with my dick. I didn't want to think with my dick like everybody else did. Trying to do the right thing. People thought I would think with my dick, just kind of, wind up fucking screwing some fucking idiot and then being a failure for the rest of my life. Some people had thoughts like that the whole time. And that's okay. All right. My whole facts say otherwise because when you check my whole facts, I have no holes to my name. There you go. That's it. I'm like a new motherfucking car. I'll be right back with these amazing messages. I'm really gonna impress you with my bird language skills at some point because they're teaching me the links call that they're doing. So it's really, it's actually a very very distinct call because they use. I mean, I had my cat do it one time, and now I have this going on with the birdies. So I'm totally into this. Um, this just, it confirmed my knowledge from what they were talking about that was across the street, and it's a certain call, and then they're doing the one that the Lynx did to me, and then they're showing me their call and their sign. So that's what they're teaching me because of what happened with that thing, and they're trying to keep me safe over here. So I respect the birds, and the wildlife. So everything's going really really well. fuck around and find out. Those things know what the hell these idiots are doing over here. Anyways, yeah. So, rock.
That sounds good. Shit.
Oh yeah, fucking bumping it, man.
Good. Look at that. Wow.
And a lot of that, the speech with these birds. Once you understand what your mind does and how warm-blooded actually, once you understand the body and the senses, you understand like the lynx's composition and its stable points within
Nobody there.
its body. It's just there's a lot of you know management to that understanding of what the mind does. So it has something to do with the brain and how your brain functions too. So that's where a lot of the sounds come from within animals and what they're doing. So very mind and body type things.
See that stupid shit. Watch. Have fun.
Yeah, very 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 big things are happening.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I just have to confirm my knowledge. So call back to know is hurt. So that's what I do. The coyotes are a little bit different, but it's not very different.
Movie act.
Yeah,
A movie act. In a
yeah.
movie, Sean.
Like a lot of the coyotes are less vocal, and it's just what you hear you have to understand. And then with birds, you could call to them and get things down. So
Mm.
whew, man.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Hey, your laundry's done.
they were trying to find out what he was delivering from Texas to. Mm.
Bow, bow, bow,
Wow, look at
bow,
that
bow.
shit.
Yeah.
Fish. Mm. question.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, man.
That shit. Trump and guess who's next? That's Elon Musk. All work. Shit. Again, another teacher that Massachusetts.
Yeah. That coyotes are really smart too. They catch on to this super fast.
That woman next door.
I'm fucking nuts too.
Yeah,
It's
and
way
she
worse. They're striking bodies in my trunk. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Them birds aren't shitting on their doorstep for no reason. All right? They don't shit on the windows for no reason. There's something going on.
yeah,
Well, once I get to the bottom of it, it just, these things are literally telling me what's going on over there. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing right now. Oh, it's just a solid stream. Fuck it. Oh, I'll close this one out. Fuck it. I'll be back on in a little bit.